I was so impressed with the GoPro quality and wondered how good it really is when compared to a professional camera like the Canon EOS-7D DSLR. Stay with me as we explore an exciting comparison. In the left corner, weighing 1.8 pounds, is the DSLR challenger Canon EOS-7D. And in the right corner, the lightweight champ at 84 grams, GoPro Hero for silver.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's start indoors with low lighting, switching in full screen between the two cameras. The Canon EOS is set to manual adjustments, so the exposures are not going to compare since the Canon may be darker or lighter in some scenes. Both cameras display a good and similar white balance in the image. The Canon EOS seems to have a better and more true black level, as you can see from the car's color. The Hero 4 is not displaying a vibrant color image like the Canon EOS. Canon is more colorful and has slightly better white balance. Now I tried an image enhancement on the GoPro. The right side is corrected in editing and the left is raw footage. Here the Canon was underexposed, but the white balance and black levels are good. I've got the two cameras mounted on a bracket with the lenses next to each other for these tests. Let's see how they perform now with daylight as we head outside. Hero 4 displays the image here very close to the Canon. The only tiny difference is in the trees, the black shadow levels. Canon EOS was overexposed just a bit here, and its wide-angle lens seems to be less sharp than the Hero. Let's try another shot with better exposure. Color levels and sharpness seems to be about the same in both cameras. Both images are properly white balanced and are very similar. We're moving closer to see the lens focus on macro, and both cameras are pretty much the same focus up close. With the Canon EOS, it's difficult to get a close exposure when you're filming in manual mode, and I don't trust the auto exposure mode of the Canon to be accurate like the GoPro. Canon's white balance seems to be a bit better here. Also, the colors are more vibrant on the Canon, as the GoPro is more bluish. Well, here they are both about the same color. As we move downstairs, both cameras have a steady image, and there is no noticeable difference in the close-up focus. The Hero 4 is rendering a nicer color image with the sky much more radiant than the Canon. I have doubled the playback speed here to see if we can pick up any strange noise or behavior. Only differences are the small color tint difference and white balance. Now for color bleeding, Canon is much better in the reds with truer color. Now for shadow depth, the Hero 4 is a winner in this clip. Here they are both identical, with the Hero 4 being just a bit sharper. The right camera couldn't get the white balance correct here, but on facials it seems to be a bit sharper than the Canon lens. The GoPro has a better image here again with better colors. Seems that the GoPro Hero 4 can either perform as well or better with the right lighting conditions. Still just a small difference in the white balance, as you can see by the white walls between the two cameras. Once they start making the GoPro with interchangeable lenses, it may be on the way to replacing DSLR cameras and other type of video cameras. The biggest benefit from the GoPro is the high quality image versus its small size and weight. Running the GoPro at 60 frames per second also helps to create a sharper image. When I freeze one frame of the girl, notice the sharpness difference. These two cameras could match up pretty well in a two-camera shoot with just minor adjustments. The Hero seems to be much better here, and could be since it's running on 60 frames per second, while the Canon can only do 30 frames per second. We are not testing the sound quality since the Hero 4 has a great mono audio recorder. With the mixed lighting, the Canon holds a better white balance. Here we'll switch between cameras and notice a different shade between the two cameras' white balance settings. The Hero 4 is a bit sharper than the Canon wide-angle lens, and both cameras perform really well. In a final test here, I thought perhaps I should try a scene with a different Canon lens. I used the standard 18mm lens set to wide angle to see the actual difference in sharpness I could get from the Canon compared to the Hero 4. The Canon's image of course proved its point with a much sharper and greater detailed image. Notice the higher detail in the leaves from the Canon on the left. It's a very slight difference and the Hero 4 still performs extremely well. And on the final shot, I can see the grain and horizontal lines on the towel much clearer in the Canon EOS-7D. I'm happy I tried this test as it proved to me how close the GoPro camera scored against an actual professional camera priced much higher than the Hero 4. I was very much impressed by the quality and the possibilities I now have with this camera. Please see my other comparative videos on the GoPro and competing knockoffs.